You are under arrest.
Late at night, when a police officer suddenly told me this, I was shocked.
You left your baby in a luggage locker, didn't you?
Flanked by 2 officers, I was about to be taken away in a rush, and my mind went blank. At that moment, from the back of the room, I could hear my baby crying. My daughter is here at home. The unexpected revelation seemed to confuse the police officer. What on earth is happening? I was surprised as the truth gradually began to reveal. At the time, I had no idea that this incident would change my life. My name is Jessica. I'm a 30-year-old certified public accountant. I've known my husband Harry since high school, and we got married 5 years ago. We struggled to have a baby for a long time, but I finally became pregnant and gave birth. Our beloved daughter, Isla, is 6 months old. She's very cute, as we have been waiting to be her parents for a long time. Every day, I was immersed in the challenges of raising our first child. Isla is the first granddaughter for both our parents, so both families were ecstatic about having their first granddaughter. It felt wonderful to be blessed and celebrated by everyone. Both families got along peacefully and often gathered for various events and celebrations. If my husband and I had siblings, it might have been even livelier, but that wasn't the case. In reality, while my husband is an only child, I have a younger sister named Lily, who's 2 years younger. However, due to certain circumstances, we lost touch for a while. We were close when we were kids, but as we grew older, we began to argue more. Lily became resentful of me during our teenage years because I excelled academically and she struggled.
It's unfair. You're good at studying even though we have the same parents, and I'm not. It's not fair.
Saying things like that, there's nothing we can do about it, right? How about this? I'll teach you. Let's do it together.
Huh? What? Acting so superior. I hate your condescending attitude.
It was obvious her grades weren't good because she spent all her time on fashion and didn't study at all after coming back home from school. But to Lily, such logic didn't make sense. As Lily grew older, her hostility towards me became more blatant. She not only hurled abusive words at me, but she also tore up my neatly organized notebooks and slashed my favorite clothes. She seemed to do things just to trouble me. Lily, this is just terrible. Why do you always torment me? I haven't done anything to you, have I?
Just seeing your face makes me sick. Dad and Mom always tells me to look up to you. It's infuriating.
I was at a loss for how to handle her behavior. When I told our parents about her, they would warn her, but she would dismiss it and become more defiant, claiming they were always siding with me. Lily's mischief wasn't limited to the house either. She hung out with a bad crowd, shoplifting and extorting money from classmates. This caused our parents so much distress. A pivotal event occurred when I was in high school. Lily developed a crush on Harry, the first guy I ever dated, and tried to turn him against me by saying terrible things about me. Harry had been silent, not wanting to worry me about Lily's actions. However, as she always continued to hang out with him, he finally consulted me about it.
Look, I know Lily is your sister, and this is awkward to say, but she's been coming on to me and telling me that you have other boyfriends.
What?
Of course, I have no intention of dating Lily, and I assured her that you're not that kind of person. You might want to talk to her. She seems like she might do something terrible.
Hearing this, I was seething with anger. Unable to stay calm, I rushed home and confronted Lily, who was on her way upstairs. Harry told me everything. Why are you causing trouble for him? What's your motive?
I wanted to upset you.
So you tried to seduce Harry just for that?
Yes. Everyone's always on your side. It's So annoying. I wish you'd disappear from my life.
In her rage, Lily pushed me. For a moment, my body flew through the air and then I tumbled down the stairs. Intense pain shot through my leg and I couldn't move. I screamed for my mother, who was at home, and she rushed me to the hospital. In the end, I fractured my leg.
You always favor Jessica.
Lily, after receiving a severe scolding from our parents, angrily accused them of favoring me and stormed out of the house. From then on, she would occasionally come home to ask for money and continued to go out at nights, hopping from one friend's house to another and eventually dropping out of high school. Despite our parents' attempts to encourage her to find a job, she would claim that her part-time job was enough and always found a way to dodge responsibility. As Lily visited our family home, she ignored me even when she saw me. She didn't even attend my wedding with Harry. I wished for my only sister to be there for the ceremony, but she had blocked my calls. From then on, I hardly ever saw Lily. While I did miss her, I no longer had to deal with her constant harassment, and my life continued peacefully. The last time I saw my sister was about 7 months ago, in the middle of winter. When the intercom rang and I checked, there stood Lily in the cold. She looked miserable in a dirty t-shirt, tattered jeans, and messy hair. I was at a loss for words. How did you find out where I live?
Mom told me when I said I wanted to see you.
I see. It's been a long time. What have you been up to? Come in, it's cold.
Huh? You're pregnant? I'll leave as soon as I'm done. I'll stay here.
At that time, I was about to give birth. Lily seemed to be on the verge of saying something, as she intently stared at my belly, but she suddenly shot me a sharp glare when she noticed Harry behind me.
As always, you're the lucky one, unlike me.
What's wrong? What do you need?
I need money. Just $2,000. Get it ready quickly.
The way my sister talked to me arrogantly is not the way you would ask someone for a favor. She probably asked our parents for money and was turned down. She must be desperate to come to me, since she hated me so much. If you tell me what you need the money for, I'll think about it. At those words, Lily's eyes widened, and she suddenly swung her arm to hit me.
You! Acting all high and mighty again?
I tried to shield my belly in the moment, but Harry caught Lily's arm in time.
Stop it! Jessica's pregnant. She's carrying our baby.
It's always her who gets everything good. Enough!
As Lily was about to leave angrily, I quickly draped a coat that had been hung at the entrance over her and handed her the $300 in my wallet. Watching my departing sister mutter, "That's all?" I was overwhelmed with sadness. How did our hearts drift so far apart even though we were sisters? Sometime later, I gave birth to our baby. Hoping she would grow as pure and beautiful as a flower, I named her Isla. I was on maternity leave, busily yet joyfully immersed in child-rearing. I lost touch with Lily after that incident, always wondering about her, but unable to do anything since I didn't know where she was. As I was getting consumed by the challenges of raising my first child, a shocking incident occurred when Isla was 6 months old. It was a hot summer night when my husband was away on a business trip. Just after I had finally settled my crying daughter down to sleep, the intercom rang incessantly. Wondering what was happening, I looked at the intercom's camera to see 2 policemen with stern expressions.
You are under arrest for abandoning your baby in a luggage locker.
What? My daughter is right here in our house.
What?
At that exact moment, the crying sound of my daughter echoed from the back room, and the police officers exchanged astonishing looks. I had seen reports of infants being abandoned in luggage lockers on TV, but never imagined I'd be suspected of such a crime. Why do you think I did that? They showed me a photo, and the baby was wrapped in the coat I had given Lily 6 months ago. A gas bill receipt with my name and address was found in the pocket. What's going on? Did someone give that coat away? Or could it be that Lily had a baby and then abandoned her baby in a locker? Although I was not yet sure, I suspected Lily might be the mother and hesitantly asked the police, "What happened to the baby?" I was relieved to hear that the baby was safe and had been taken to a hospital. The locker was unlocked and the door was slightly open, so someone who was passing by noticed the baby crying and reported it. After explaining the situation to the police in detail, I was finally cleared of suspicion. However, the gaze of suspicion shifted towards Lily. Holding Isla, I headed to the hospital where the baby was admitted. In the hospital's baby bed, I saw a newborn, so young that the baby's eyes hadn't opened yet. I carefully observed, looking for any resemblance to Lily, but they were too small, their features indistinguishable. Nevertheless, it pained my heart to know a baby just 6 months younger than Isla had suffered so much. Poor thing, but I'm really glad that her life was saved. I did suspect that the child was Lily's, but without proof and unable to be in touch with her, the child was temporarily placed in an orphanage. My parents, my husband, and I couldn't leave it to the police and searched a lot for Lily, but we couldn't find her. After much discussion with my parents and my husband, we decided to raise Lily's baby by ourselves. The legal procedures were tough, but Olivia became our irreplaceable treasure as we raised her with love. A year later, Lily unexpectedly visited our home.
Sis, long time no see.
Lily, where have you been? We searched everywhere for you.
I have lots of friends, you know. Well, I spent more time staying with strangers, though.
Hearing this, I understood why we couldn't find her no matter how hard we tried. If she had been staying with strangers, it made sense.
So, sis, can you lend me some money again? Whatever you have is fine.
I don't have much on me right now. And what are you going to use it for? Just then, from the opened door, we could see and hear children playing and laughing in the living room. My 2 daughters were happily playing with building blocks, and Lily watched them curiously.
Huh? There are 2 kids. Did you have twins? Hilarious. They look alike, but there's a considerable difference in size. Interesting.
The bigger one is Isla, the smaller one is Olivia. 2-year-old Isla is shyly peeping from behind the door, while 1-year-old Olivia is toddling towards me, saying,
"Mama."
She is such a cute baby, hugging my leg and rubbing her cheek against it. I pick up Olivia and show her face to Lily clearly. Do you recognize her?
Huh? Why would I? I didn't even know when you gave birth to them.
She's the baby you gave birth to. I named her Olivia. She has skin as beautiful as a cherry blossom, don't you think? She's a cheerful and adorable girl.
Ugh.
Lily grunts, her eyes widened. She bites her lip and stares intensely at Olivia. Her face turned pale, and I could see sweat forming on her forehead. Olivia, being shy after a moment of surprise, begins to cry. Startled by Olivia's cry, Lily mutters, "Huh?" and takes a step back, being confused. Although Olivia is her biological mother, she's a stranger to her.
That can't be true. That baby shouldn't be in this world. And how do you know I gave birth to her?
As Olivia was told about the gas bill that got mixed up in the coat she was wrapped in, she clicked her tongue in annoyance and, trying to hide her irritation, broke into laughter, holding her stomach.
That's funny. There's no proof that the child is mine. Are you stupid?
Lily became defiant. It seems her heart is a mess that there's no going back. There is proof. I have a certificate that proves that Olivia is your daughter. Also, I'm recording this conversation.
What?
Actually, I had sent the umbilical cord my mother kept of my sister and the hair of the baby from the hospital to a DNA testing facility to find out if the baby was my sister's. After a while, the result came back confirming that the baby was indeed my sister's.
You always meddle in things, don't you? I can't believe you tracked it back to that coat.
How could you leave your child in a locker? What you did is unbelievable.
Always acting so high and mighty. It's because you didn't give me money that I couldn't do anything about the baby. Because of that, I had to secretly give birth at my friend's apartment.
A year ago, I didn't understand why my sister suddenly came asking for $2,000, but now I know. If I had given her the money, this adorable child, Olivia, wouldn't be here right now. You always blame me for everything. Didn't you think of raising the child yourself?
It's not like I wanted a baby. I don't even know who her father is. Babies are just a nuisance, always crying. It was better to abandon her, right?
You're joking, right? We're talking about a precious life here. You committed a crime. The police are looking for you. You should confess your crimes to them. Lily, realizing the gravity of the situation, got even more pale and clung to me in desperation.
No! Please, let me go. Give me money so I can run away. Hurry!
You're so selfish. I won't give you any money. I no longer have a sister. Never appear in front of me and Olivia again. Just then, the police arrived and arrested my sister. I had immediately reported after confirming my sister's visit through the intercom camera. As she was taken away, she cried out saying,
"Help! Please let me go!"
I was very sad. Afterwards, my sister was imprisoned. The crime of abandoning and mistreating the life of a baby is a serious one, and it is unlikely that she'll be able to get out of prison for a long time. Even if she gets out, a miserable life awaits her, with no one to help out. Isla and Olivia are very close to each other and always play together. Every day, they bring happiness as they grow healthily and happily.